First, we will create a new VirtualBox where we will put our Kali Linux operating system. So to do that, let's click New. Then a window will appear. You have to type in a name. This will be the name of your VirtualBox. I'll be using Kali. You can choose whatever you want, and then the type will be Linux. And for the version, you can either use a Debian 64-bit, Ubuntu 64-bit, or other Linux 64-bit. And we will use other Linux 64-bit. And then the next window is the memory size and the recommended size for Kali Linux. It's 2 gig of memory. I will add 4 gig. Next, we will allocate the storage, and let's make it dynamically allocated so that it will only use physical space as it fills up until it reaches the maximum size that we set. The recommended storage space is at least 20 gigabytes. So we'll be adding 40 here. Now we have the virtual machine. Open the virtual machine, and because we still don't have an operating system, the machine will ask us to select a startup disk. And to do that, you have to click this little folder icon here. So the ISO file should be listed here. Here's mine for Kali Linux. And if you don't find yours here, or the list is empty, you can click add this image, and then you can search in the file explorer for your ISO image. So mine is here. After that, just select the ISO image for Kali Linux, and then click choose. And after adding your startup disk, you can start installing the operating system. Alright, here we will select the graphical install. This is best for beginners. So we will go through a guided installation here. And the first window that will appear is the language window. So you have to select your language. It doesn't have to be English. Philippines for my location, and I think same with the keyboard configuration. So in this window, you'll set up your host name. Here you can make up anything you like for the host name. So I used Kali again. Next is domain name, and this one we can skip. Next is we will set up a user account. So we'll ask you to add your full name. Next is the username for the new account. So your username must start with the lowercase letter and can be followed by any combination of numbers and more lowercase letters. So uppercase letters are not allowed for your username, and it should be 32 characters long or less. Next is you have to set up password. Next is we're setting up a partition disk for beginners like us. Let's use the first option, which is guided use entire disk. We'll be using the disk that we will be using is not the actual hard disk of your computer, so you don't have to worry about this warning. You just have to click continue, and let's just select all files in one partition. And finish partitioning or write changes to this. Let's just confirm that. Select yes, click continue. Alright, so it's installing the base system now. This will be a couple of minutes. Alright, so now we'll select the meta packages. These are the collection of tools that you would like to get installed along with your operating system. So yeah, these checked ones are the default and we're good with this. And if you would want any of these unchecked options, we can install it later. So let's just use the default options. Alright, so we have to wait again for the installation of the meta packages that we selected. Alright, so the installation is now done, and the next thing we have to do is install the Grub bootloader. So this will be installed to your primary drive, which is the storage spaces be allocated in the beginning. For the next window, we will select the primary drive that we created earlier. So yeah, now it's installing. I think this would be the last step for the installation, and we just have to wait. So the installation is complete now, and we're in the login screen. So yeah, just type the username that we created earlier and your password. Yeah, we're ready to log in.